We're talking business in this part of the show, and this is a chance for me to pitch my wonderful ideas to James Kahn. Oh, no, I've got to talk about his book instead. Morning to you, James.
Good morning. Yes, in fact, I'd be delighted to hear your idea this morning. Be the first one I've heard.
I did have my wonderful idea that Peter Jones turned down about selling Cornish fresh air in jam jars to holidaymakers. But I
think for those reasons, on that one, I think I'd like to say I'm out.
He refused my £500,000 bid, but anyway, there we are. Right, let's talk about starting up your own business, which is what your book's about, because the current climate, there are lots of people out of work looking at different ways to make money. You reckon you can do it in 7 days, or at least get your business underway in 7 days?
I mean, what I really did was, in my time in Dragon's Den, I met just over 1,000 people who walked through the den with their ideas. And literally what I found was that if you understand business, if you've been in business before, you've got the ability to kind of evaluate, is this something that's ever going to work? And what I found is between the 5 dragons, within literally kind of 20 minutes to half an hour, we could analyse a business quite well and say, it's probably not for us. And what I thought I could do is, if we could do that in kind of 20 minutes to half an hour, could I take somebody through that journey in 7 days and let them understand, I suppose, and what I was trying to do was really focus on 2 key questions, which are the most common questions that I get asked. Is firstly, do you think I'm right to be an entrepreneur? Am I an entrepreneur? Is it for me? Should I be doing this? So I go to a lot of kind of detail in the book to kind of help people make that decision to say, do they actually have that kind of characteristics or the DNA? Because so many people say, are you born as an entrepreneur or could you become one? And I obviously passionately believe you can become one, because when I look at myself and so many successful entrepreneurs, none of us really started with anything fundamental. It wasn't education or capital or money. And to be honest, not even an amazing idea. Because if I look at my background, I started my career in the recruitment business. And when I started a recruitment company, there was thousands of recruitment businesses at the time. So it wasn't even that I had something that was unique. And I think what the business basically did was to do something that already existed, but do it better. And I think what the book is designed to do is firstly help you make that decision, should you be an entrepreneur? And secondly, is the idea that you've got, is it just a hobby, or is it a passion, or is it really a business?
I always think, though, that the most difficult thing to do is to come up with that killer business idea initially, to do something that other people aren't doing.
Well, I think it's a great question, because it's the one that I focus probably the most on in the book, because I don't actually think you need that. Because when you look at all great ideas, when you look at all great businesses, they're actually not that unique. They're not that revolutionary. So, if you take, for example, EasyJet, did Stelios invent the travel industry? Did he invent the aeroplane? Or did he just take something that already existed and he just did it better? He just looked at it and thought, why do all these planes fly half empty most of the time? Why can't we sell these seats at a more competitive price and actually fill the plane? Which is fundamentally what he did. If you look at so many different businesses, when you look at McDonald's, when McDonald's first launched, the guy who launched McDonald's was 63 when he started the business. What did he actually invent? Because Wimpy had already existed. He just took an existing business and he just did it better. So I think the key message in the book is, is there something you can do which you can do quicker, faster, or cheaper? And I think there are so many businesses out there that are inefficient, and what they need is somebody to give it a good shake and show somebody how that business could be done in a slightly different way.
And is it better, and this might sound a silly question, but is it better to go into something you know something about, or can you start a business and learn something that you're passionate about but don't really know that much about at the moment?
I mean, I think so many businesses that have started is when people find something that they really feel strongly about, they're passionate about, because I think you can learn about the product, you can learn about the market, and you can learn how to execute that. But what you have to do is you've got to start off with something that you personally, passionately believe in, because when people buy from you, they want to buy from somebody who passionately believes in what they have. So I think you can learn it, because, again, there are so many real good examples out there of people who've launched businesses that don't come from that segment.
How many business pitches do you get a week?
Oh, my God. Literally hundreds. I recently launched my app, which is called James Cairns Business Secrets. And within literally a space of 6 weeks, over 100,000 people downloaded the app. Just because what I did is gave people an opportunity, to know how to pitch properly. I do literally, if I'm in a restaurant, if I'm in a supermarket, if I'm on an airport, if I'm sitting on the beach. I mean, literally, I just came back from skiing yesterday, and I was on the ski slopes, literally just getting myself ready to take off. And somebody tapped me. He said, "You're that guy from Dragon's Den." So I'm looking around thinking, please, not on a ski slope, not before I just break my neck. And he said, "James, just before you go, can I?" I said, "Seriously, can we wait till we get to the bottom of the slope? Because the top of the slope is not the time to give me a pitch."
Can I just ask you one question? We're almost out of time, but I must know, in this current economic climate, is it wise to start up your own business?
I mean, I think in the current economic environment is probably where I found personally is where opportunities are the greatest. I think difficult times means we have to think outside the box. We're more creative. We tend to be better at finding solutions. I think consumers are more aware of cost in these particular environments. And I think if you've got a business idea where you think you can deliver something which is better, cheaper or faster, now probably is a good time, because I think people will listen. When you look at some really good entrepreneurs, they all started their businesses when things were tough. The question is, are you right to be an entrepreneur? And is the idea you've got, is it really a business? And I think start your own business in 7 days. I genuinely hope we'll be able to give you that inspiration to make that, what I think is the key decision for you.
Okay, been great to talk to you. I could talk to you for ages, but we've run out of time. But nice to speak to you, James. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Fantastic. Have a great day.
Thank you. It's called Start Your Business in 7 Days, James's new book, and it is available on Portfolio Penguin now, if you're interested.